How would you guys like a little boost of confidence? Because I know I sure can. Because I have had my barrel full of crap. And I've about had it. And I'm losing my mind right now. So, I know I'm not the only one. So might as well speak up. Because that's what YouTube is for. And Instagram. And all these other social medias. So, ta-da! Speaking my mind. Alright. So there's a few different things that I'm going to be doing differently. And if you are tired of it, here's some ways you can do it too. If you are afraid of people, like me, I have a few individuals who I am terrified of. And I'm sick of it. So don't be afraid of certain people because they're just people, right? Because what are they going to do? Hurt you? Punch you in the face, bully you, call you, you know, by titles that they know aggravate you? Well, don't listen to them. I will honestly tell you there is a certain individual who I know will be toying with me a little bit. And it's funny because I've talked to him in the past and he's like, oh, yeah, you need to be confident in who you are. I'm like, be confident in who I am and yet you threaten me almost every other day. So, that's a little weird coming from you. But okay. So I'm not going to be afraid of you. You know, he may be like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, and then he has a knife or something, sharpening a knife or something. Well, what are you going to do? Stab me? Stab me. That's going to be on you, ultimately. So, go ahead, stab me. I'm not afraid of you. There. You just overcame your fear. Now, I just use myself as an example. So do that. If someone's going to be like, well, I am going to beat the crap out of you. Go ahead. How's that going to look on your resume? How are people going to see you if you beat the crap out of me? They're going to see you as an asshole. Congratulations. You just made yourself an asshole. Good for you. Also, another thing. Stepping outside of yourself can be like this. I am going to be me, and I'm going to enjoy stuff. For instance, I like hoodies. As you can tell, I wear hoodie. I always wear hoodie. Hoodies are my favorite article of clothing. Why? Because they're very comforting, and I love hoodies. So, there you go. Just find something to enjoy. Feel like I play video games, which is most people in the world do that. You deserve to do something that makes you happy. Now, for me, I used to do something like that a long time ago. And I guess I'm not hiding it very well what I was, because the mask gives it away. How should I phrase this? I like weird things. And let me say that. I say it's weird, but, you know, abnormal, different, those are the words I would prefer to use than weird, but everyone says it's weird, so I'm just kind of saying what they're saying. But anyways, so here's the thing. I am not afraid to be weird. Now, on my playlist, under videos I liked in my playlist, there's a YouTuber called Creed Music. He takes real songs and slows them down and adds reverb. I listen to some of his stuff. Not everything he posts is the best thing in the world that I'm just like, oh my gosh, but, you know, he's not the artist that's making the music. He's just editing someone else's stuff. So, you know, it's cool. But what catches my attention is he has very cool stuff. He has a photo that he takes and he posts it for the song, right? Here, let me see if I can find something. Alright, so I don't know if you can see this, but this is one of his songs, and this guy's wearing like a weird, you know, little thingy on his head. I don't even know. He looks depressed. Pretty sure he's depressed. I've been there. So, yeah, he wears something like that. And, you know, this is literally his type of stuff. But anyways. Alright, another example from his stuff. This. If it'll fade. Anyways, point proven. So this guy literally has stuff and he wears masks. I think it's him, and he puts it on his songs that he slows down that aren't his song. And stop texting me. Oh boy. Anyways, so, you know, like in the first one, the guy's wearing something weird on his head, right? I mean, that's what I'm doing here, so whatever. And in this other one, the guy's wearing a skull, right? He's wearing a skull, playing a guitar on the bed with the, what is that, rose? Yeah, that's a rose. With a flower in his bed, right? So point being made, it's okay being different. It's okay liking other things. As long as, you know, you're not, you know, how should I say this? Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but anyways, it's okay to be a little different. It's okay to say, I like wearing masks. Why? Well, for me, I wear a mask. Well, I explained that in the last video, so. Also, side question. Why did everyone watch that my story video? I mean, everything else got like 22 views, and that one got like 60. I only have 2 subscribers, bruh. Why? Do people just like hearing me talk or something? I don't know, it's weird, but whatever. It's a little weird, but anyways. Well, I guess this is just as weird as like a furry doing a fursuit video or something. Yeah, but anyways. Now that I'm saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if a few furries actually followed me. Interesting. Alright, and the last thing for this video. It's already 7 minutes and 25 seconds. So we're going to get to the last point. First point. If you're afraid of people, don't be. Like, for instance, and I gave an example. Me, right? There's a certain guy that's going to eventually threaten me with a knife, and I'm just going to say, bruh, if you really want to hurt me, go ahead. I mean, what good is that going to do anyone? So, go ahead, have your fun. Threaten me, laugh. I ain't afraid of you. Second, don't be afraid to be different. Or a little abnormal. So, for me, that's wearing, you know, hoodies in the summer. I don't really care. I love hoodies, and I know a few other guys that wear hoodies too. I mean, they're comfortable, and I like masks. And as you could tell, I just gave you two examples from the YouTuber that I actually kind of watch every once in a while. Not really that often, but yeah. So I'm not afraid to wear weird stuff like that. I mean, I literally got a squid hat from the coast. That was the weirdest thing in the world. A squid hat. That was like 4 foot long. Like, gosh, it was weird. But I got it. Because I like odd normal things. So, whatever. I got rid of it when I was 12 anyway, so it doesn't matter. The last thing. One thing that I think I should make very clear is, in the other one I made of me talking, I talked about someone that is important to me. Someone who has a very special place in my life. For me. I'm going to be very clear. How do I say this? Relationships are nice and they're fun. Alright? Everyone's like, I want somebody that I can have as that, you know, special someone, right? And for some people, they're like, oh, I'm gay, so that's another guy, or for girls, that's another girl. Whatever. That's really up to that person. I'm not going to judge them for it. That's on them to make that decision. And I don't need to know. I don't need to, you know, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. You be you. I just let me be me. So there you go. But in a relationship, there are certain things people don't do. Just you flat out don't do it. Because it's a bad idea. And I'm speaking on the guy's side, alright? So, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you kind of don't make yourself a hypocrite. Alright? Alright, so here's something very key in relationship stuff. If someone says, this hurts me, don't do it, you should probably listen. Because most people don't. And people are like, oh, my relationship just fell apart. Why? Well, probably because they said something and you didn't listen. So then you're left wondering, why is this person so mad at me? Because you didn't listen. And for the majority of guys, don't listen because guys are, well, stupid. Myself included. But, you know, that happens. But I've learned to listen. I've forced myself to listen even though I don't agree. Now here's something that sucks. Is whenever someone else gets involved in your relationship. For instance, like sibling or guardian or something gets involved, right? And they just toy with you. And then they poke you. And then they drive you crazy. Anyways, none of that really matters in this, but what matters is that you listen to the other person in the relationship. If they say, I have massive rejection issues, like I do. Because, fun fact, my biological parents ditched me. They just flat out ditched me. So yeah, there I said it. There's issues. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. Neither are you. And if you think you are, well, then that's an issue you need to work on. Because you're not. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm abnormal. I mean, there is no perfect standard. Everyone's different. So there is no perfect if everyone's different. Anyways. So you don't just tell someone, I have an issue, for instance, rejection. And then, you know, the next day they say, oh, I can't talk to you today because I have someone else that's more important. And you're like, what? I thought I was your main person you talk to. And the person's like, yeah, well, I'm hanging out with, I don't know, let's make up a name, Joe Bob Jr., right? And Joe Bob Jr. is a friend who they've seen all the time, right? And she's like, oh, I'm going to spend some time with this friend instead of you. And you're like, we haven't seen each other in a week. And you're going to push me out to go see Billy Bo Job? What? Wow, that, after I just told you that I deal with rejection? Thanks a lot. That is really helpful. So, yeah. Don't do that. On any level. With anybody. Because if someone says, I'm uncomfortable with this, then don't do it. So, listen to the other person. And go same for me. I have to listen. I don't do very good a job at that, but I'm trying. Which counts for something. You try. And that's the biggest thing. You try. You have to listen to the person and you have to try to understand. And even if you don't, that's okay. You just have to try. And that's all that matters. Is just try. And if you can't try, and if your trying is not good enough, you should at least apologize. Saying, I'm sorry, I can't do that very well. For instance, you know, she, you know, like in the situation I gave, she should have said something like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought, you know, I didn't realize that this would affect you, so you know what, come with us. There, that would solve the problem right there. Just invite me to go with Billy Bo, Junior Bob, whatever. And then she's like, oh, yeah, we're all together. You and I could go on a date with third wheel. Cool. Alright. Problem solved. She tried. She listened, right? That would be a solution. Anyways. So try. That's the last thing. Just try and listen. Because if you don't listen and you don't try to understand the other person, it's not going to go very well. That's why a lot of people have a lot of breakups. I mean, it gets a lot complicated, a lot more complicated than that, but the basic thing is you just don't listen. And that's why everyone gets into fights and gets into arguments with everybody else, is because they feel like they don't listen. So yeah, listening is very important. I just wish that, yeah, so I'm not going to go into specifics about my personal relationship and what's going on, but let's just say that I voiced my opinion very strongly, and it sucks when they don't listen, and it seems like they don't care. So congratulations, that sucks. Especially if they're like, I'm going to be gone for several days and we're not going to talk. What did I do wrong? Like, I don't remember insulting you. I don't remember just... I don't know. But that's just kind of how things are. Things suck. And I am upset, in case you couldn't tell. But I'm going to try to listen and understand, because that's just what I was talking about for the past, 4 minutes. Oh. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed a different type of video than music, because my voice sucks. I know my voice sucks. So, yeah. 3 things. Don't be afraid of people. Like me. Figure it out. Solve the problem. Don't be afraid to be different. I'm different. And try to listen to whoever's that special person in your life. Alright? So, 3 basic things that everybody should think about and should probably apply. If you need to hear that, I hope it helped. Because I need to talk about it. And I don't get to talk about stuff very often. So, well, this is Equinox Kitty, and this is one of my confessions, if you will. Have a good one. Talk later. Bye.